Assalamu alaikum. Good evening. Welcome everybody, my dear students, guardians, and teachers, and those who are watching my live class today. This is Neurologist. Welcome you once again in my class from Chattogram Online School today. I think all of you are watching my live class, and the students especially follow this page Chattogram Online School. So, as this is a very critical moment for the whole country, you are staying at home, keeping a distance, you are following the rules of health. So, everything you are doing, but we cannot stop our learning too. So, we are here with you for a lesson from English for today for class 7. In my last class, we discussed a topic from Unit 3, Lesson 1, that was a prize giving ceremony at school. Today we will discuss another important topic from Unit 5, that is Great Women to be Remembered, the title of the unit. You see some of the pictures of great ladies here. We know so many ladies in our world for their contribution in different fields. You know so many women like this, but there are three pictures of such great women. You see who is this woman? You know, she is a Bengali woman, that is Begum Rokeya, and another woman is, you see, Helen Keller and Florence Nightingale. I'm introducing these three women to you for your easiness. So our lesson 1 begins with Begum Rokeya. So I have already told you this. You see, this is the picture of Begum Rokeya, as I have already told. So you need not answer this. Who is the woman? She is Begum Rokeya. What do you know about her? Now tell me, what do you know about her? Do you have any idea about her activities? If you have, please share on the page, on the comment box, and also please share this page as many as possible so that other students can know this class. They also can practice this class. So please share as many as possible, and let's start our today's lesson. Tell me about this woman. Do you have any idea about her contribution, about her activities? She is a Muslim woman. When she was alive, at that time, it was not so easy for Muslim women to study in schools like you, and there was a confinement everywhere. The woman was not so free to move, and there were least freedom for the Muslim woman, but she couldn't tolerate this kind of treatment. So she was advocating this malpractice, this indiscrimination. So you see another picture where you see Begum Rokeya behind, a picture of Begum Rokeya on the wall, and our honorable Prime Minister along with four other honorable ladies, honorable women. So probably they are celebrating an event related to Begum Rokeya. That is why they are here. So our today's lesson is Begum Rokeya, Unit 1, Lesson 1, English for today, page 45. This lesson brings you a lot of opportunities to ask and answer questions, talk about people, read and understand text, write answers to questions. These are the outcomes or objectives of this lesson. So, first of all, starting this lesson with some vocabulary. If you know this vocabulary, you can answer the questions related to this text or passage easily. You see a picture, drawing where some people are raising their voice, they are raising their hands to say, to speak, all are doing the same thing, all have something to say. This kind of practice is called democracy. So you know the word democracy, you have heard the word in Bangla, Ganotantra. So this is a noun word, democracy. Do you have any other words related to this word, democracy? Do you know this? Okay, let me help you. This is equality, where there's no discrimination, where everyone can say, can speak freely, where everyone can enjoy their equal rights in democracy. Fairness. So make a sentence with this word. Okay, make a sentence and let me know in the comment box. Please share this page as many as possible. Democracy is a popular system of government in the world. Democracy is a popular system of government in the world. Our country also has democracy. We are also a democratic country. Okay, next word, independence. You know, we are an independent country. Independence, you see in the picture, some people are rejoicing, they are very happy, they are expressing their happiness with our national flag. You see, they are running with it. That means they are very happy getting independence. So independence means freedom or liberation from a binding, from um, dictatorship. So make a sentence with this word. We achieved independence in 1971. I think you are writing the meanings, synonyms and sentences here. Vocabulary 3. Slum. Have you heard this word, slum? Slum means living in a place, very congested place, where there are a lot of small houses, where there is no hygienic places, or the environment around these houses are very unhygienic. There are a lot of people living in the same area, same places, same house. So this kind of small houses where there are a lot of people live in a congested way is called slum. They are mainly low income people living in these houses in this slum. So slum means shanty town. It's a synonym word, shanty town. So if you make a sentence, people living in the slums lead an unhygienic life. People living in the slums lead an unhygienic life. So we have got three vocabulary and we have made some sentences with it. You see the reading text here, which I will discuss for you. You see the sentences in the text is very easy for you. Begum Rokeya, 1880 to 1932, that was her lifespan, was a famous writer and a social worker. I asked you a question about her. She is a famous writer and a social worker. Social worker means working for the welfare of the society, where she can um, do a lot of things for the welfare of the society, make people aware, help people in distress. So she was a social worker. She lived in undivided Bengal in the early 20th century. Early 20th century means 1880 onwards. So she believed that women should have the same rights and opportunities as men have in the society. People in the society, especially men, enjoy more freedom or liberty than women. Still, this kind of practice is going on. Men in the society enjoy more freedom than women. But Rokeya believed that this should not continue. This kind of discrimination should be stopped. That is why she came out to advocate this. She struggled to establish this kind of in equality. So she fought for their cause throughout her life. Fought means she struggled to establish this kind of equality in the society, fairness, as I told. Begum Rokeya was born in a village called Pairaband. It is in Rangpur in 1880. Her father, Johiruddin Muhammad Abu Ali Haidar Saber, was an educated landlord. Landlord means having a vast property, especially land property. Rokeya was married to Khan Bahadur Shakawat Hussain in 1896. Her husband was the deputy magistrate of Bhagalpur, now a district in the Indian state of Bihar. He was very cooperative and always encouraged Rokeya to go on with her activities. Her husband was very cooperative to her activities. I mean, she wanted to do some social work for the women especially. So her husband let her do these kind of things and encouraged her to. Many upper class Muslims of Bengal at that time learned Arabic and Persian as medium of education and communication. You know, you are following the textbook. If you don't see clearly in my slides, but Rokeya had great love for mother tongue. Mother tongue means Bengali. People would learn Persian and Arabic as medium of education and communication at that time, especially the upper class Muslims of Bengal. English was not so attractive to them at that time. Also, it was not so important at that time. But Rukia had great love for her mother tongue. She loved her mother tongue very much. So she learned Bangla well and English from her eldest brother Ibrahim. She also learned English from her eldest brother Ibrahim. So we have learned the passage. We have discussed the passage. We have got some important information from this passage that about Begum Rokeya. You see, Begum Rokeya at the same time a feminist thinker. Feminist thinker means she advocated the welfare of female persons, especially women who were deprived of that time. um, they didn't get the opportunity to go to schools, colleges, and they couldn't come out of the houses. I mean, there was confinement everywhere. So she thought for them and worked for their welfare. So she was a feminist thinker. She was a writer, an educator, a political activist. She was also a political activist. So let's move on to our next slide. You see, we have so many information about her, but the important one are she was born on 9 December 1880, married in 1996, died on 9 December 1952. Do you know 1952 is a remarkable year in our national history? 1952? Yes, at that in that year our language movement happened, you know. So, and another thing, this information is not given in the passage. You see, 9 December, I have collected this information and let you know. So 9 December is the birth and death date of Begum Rokeya. So move on to our next slide. You see the name and designation of her husband. In the picture you see Shakawat Hussain with Begum Rokeya. So her husband's name was Khan Bahadur Shakawat Hussain. He was deputy magistrate of Bhagalpur in India's Indian state of Bihar. These are the information we have studied so far. So let's move on to test you. There is an individual work. This question is very much there in your textbook. You can follow textbook along with this slide also. So you see, there are 5 multiple choice questions for you. The first one is, I think you are now ready to um, judge yourself what you have so far learned from this lesson. So Begum Rokeya fought for what? What did she fight for? She fought for, there are 3 options: democracy, independence, women's rights. Which one she fought for? Okay, you are right. She fought for women's rights. Yes, Begum Rokeya fought for women's rights. Now you see question number 2. Begum Rokeya was born in, the options are a village, a town, a slum. Which one should be the correct answer? A village. You are right, a village. She was born in a village. What is the name of this village? Pairaband in Rangpur. Okay. Next question is, Rokeya loved which one? Which one did she love? English, Bangla, Urdu. Which one was her favorite language? That was easy, Bengali. That means Bangla was her favorite language. That is, she loved Bangla. Okay, next. Shakawat Hussein's working place was which one? Where Shakawat Hussain worked? Pairaban? No. Rangpur? No. He worked in Bhagalpur. So the correct answer is Bhagalpur. Okay. Bhagalpur is a district in Bangladesh? No. West Bengal? No. This is in Bihar. So we have finished this activity. Tick the correct answer for you. So you have already done an activity. Next activity is pair work. We have already learned so many information about Begum Rokeya. This is also, this information is also, for your remembrance. You see, complete the following text chart with information from the text. One is done for you. This colored one done for you in the textbook. We can see this occupation. Begum Rokeya's occupation was writer and social worker. She was a social worker and a writer. That is her occupation. So you can now easily say born in, when she was born in 1880. Married to, whom she was married to? She was married to Shakawat Hussain. You see, family. What type of family she was born? She was born in an upper class Muslim family. So language. What was her language? I mean, what language she learned or spoke? Bangla and English. This is a very easy activity for you. So I think you are enjoying my class and taking part in the discussions also. Please share these activities with your friends as many as possible. Move on to our next slide. You see, we have some question answers for you. So this is a group work in the classroom, but as you are staying at home, you have to do it yourself. I'm going to help you. And you see, the first question is, what was Begum Rokea's belief? What was Begum Rokea's belief? What did she believe? She had a belief that discrimination should not go on. So this information is very much in the text. You see, Begum Rokea's belief. Belief means having something in mind that she considers to be true. Belief. See the answer. Begum Rokea believed that women should have the same rights and opportunities as men have in the society. So her belief was that women should have the same rights and opportunities as men have in the society. So the question number 1 done, and question number 2, what did she fight for? You have to remember that making the right form of verbs while you are writing the answers is very important here. You see, did fight. Did fight will turn into fought. Fought, a past tense verb. The what did she fight for? What was the thing that she fight for? So she fought for the what? Can you say? Women's rights and opportunities as men have in the society throughout her life. All through her life she fought for this cause. So these are almost the same information, and you see in the question 3, what kind of family did she come from? What kind of family did she come from? She came from a family of upper class Muslim family. You see, we are going back. What kind of family did she come from? She came from an upper class Muslim family. So it's very easy question. And question number 3, you say, why did many upper class Muslims learn Arabic and Persian at that time? This is a very important question. Why? Why upper class Muslims learn Arabic and Persian? Can you remember from the text? Yes, for communication and education purpose. You see, many upper class Muslims learned Arabic and Persian at that time as medium of education and communication. The last question is, why did Rokeya learn Bangla and English? Can you say, why did she learn Bangla and English? No, there is no specific information of this question in the text, but we can understand that she loved her mother tongue Bangla. Also, she was a bit fascinated with English uh, rather than Arabic and Persian. So she learned Bangla and English, for she wanted to continue her study. Also, she needed to communicate with others. So we can write this question like this. Rokia had great love for education and development. This is very important. Development. Development means doing welfare of the society. Doing welfare of the society. She wanted to make women educated. She wanted to give them freedom. She wanted to let them do some activities in the society as men. So these are the development activities. So she had great love for education and development. That is why she learned Bangla and English. So you see, our last activity is for you. At home, you will do. Um, you will write only 5 sentences. We have already discussed so many information about Begum Rokia. She is a great feminist thinker, a social worker, an educator, a political activist. She did a lot of contribution for the women in the society, especially education of women, opened with her for her struggle. So you will write 5 sentences regarding the contribution of Begum Rokeya in educating girls. Can you write? Yes, I think you can write easily because we have discussed the information about Begum Rokeya. So that's all for today. Uh, I think you were staying at home and following the health rules. So I request you to protect yourself and protect your family. So please follow our online page, Chattogram Online School, and we have a YouTube channel. If you miss this class, and you can watch it later in our YouTube channel, Chattogram Online School. Please subscribe this online YouTube channel and follow our page, online Facebook page, and share this page as many as possible. And I hope you will do better if you practice this lesson. Thank you very much. Thank you all.